So my local mom and pop shop has been having a buy three, get one free sale, and I have been taking massive advantage. I want to go through my stack of recent pickups with you guys today, talk about some of these, why I'm excited about some, and just kind of giving some background on them. So stick around, it's going to be a fun video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Confidence YouTube channel. And today we are going to be going over my most recent gaming pickups. I have been going fucking crazy with it lately, so I've got quite a few to talk about. There's some fun titles in here, so we're going to dive into all of that in this episode. Thanks for joining me. Before we get into the games, thank you guys for watching. I know you don't care about this, but I'm going to address a little bit of something before we get started. My content on this channel has gone relatively dormant. I've been very heavily focused on my podcast network, Spawn Point Podcast. I'll have a link for you guys in the corner of the screen this way, over here to the channel. If you want to watch a gaming podcast where two dudes just hang out, talk about video games, that's the place to be. And it's a great time. It's a really good show. I know that the content that I post here on this channel is pretty low effort, but I put a lot of effort in over there. So if you want more stuff from me, I highly recommend you go check it out over there. I think you guys will enjoy it if you like games. I think it's a really good show, but I am starting to overload that channel with content that's unrelated to what we talk about. For example, vlogs about pinball and game collection videos and things like that that aren't really related to, well, they're related, but they don't directly tie into what we're trying to build there, which is our podcast network. And so I'm trying to find the balance between the two channels. So you're going to see more content uploaded on the Confidence channel that I've been working on in the background that I just don't think fits on Spawn Point. And that's kind of how I'm going to approach this going forward. So ultimately, this channel should continue to post a little bit more regularly, hopefully. So I've really been on like a 2-year hiatus from even going into the game store and picking up PS3 games. I've just been tied up with other stuff, and also I haven't been playing my PS3 as much, but I've gotten back into my PS3 as of late. But the real kick in the ass was obviously Sony announcing an all-digital future starting in 2028, and that was like just terrible news, absolutely terrible news. So that definitely got me up and out of the house and into the game stores to help support my local mom and pop shops. So that was number one. And then number two, the stores that we go to, the chain, I should say, in my area is having a buy three, get one free sale, which, you know, I prefer buy two, get one free, because buy three, you have to end up spending more, obviously. But I've been taking advantage of that. So got a big stack here. We're going to go through these. I'm going to talk about them from like least exciting to most exciting. I'm going to try to anyway. I don't have them ordered here, so we're just going to be loose with it. We'll see what happens. Sorry about the webcam bouncing. My desk sucks, so we're just going to have to make do. Anyways, let's just start at the bottom here with what I don't particularly care much about, or maybe don't know anything about. So let's just kind of go there first. So we'll start here. This is one of the games I got for free. Honestly, I'm going to reorganize it already. We're already changing the script a little bit. And we'll start with this one, actually. So I got Rapala Fishing Frenzy 2009. Now, normally I probably wouldn't pick this up because I don't have much of an interest. Well, I actually do like fishing games, but this was the fourth game, so it was a freebie. So I scooped it up, and there was nothing else in the price range underneath the third game that I bought that caught my attention. So Rapala Fishing Frenzy 2009 got the win, I guess, as the disc is loose in there. It does come with the manual, so that's nice at least. If you look on the back, you know, it looks pretty cool. Looks like you can drive a boat, you know, and all that good stuff. But I don't know anything about this. I've probably played a Rapala fishing game in the past at some point, but I don't recall it. I've actually played a lot of Fishing Planet. I actually like Fishing Planet. It's a pretty solid game on modern consoles if you want to fish, but it is an absolute mega grind. So I know that going in. But look, since this game is kind of a standalone thing from 2009, when gaming was much better, there's probably not as severe of a grind in this game. So I actually do have a little bit of excitement, and I probably will play this at some point, but this is kind of one of those throw it in the bag at the end of the shopping excursion things. So that's why I picked up Rapala Fishing Frenzy 2009. I'm sure it doesn't even compare to Sega Bass Fishing, though. One of the greatest games of all time. All right, we'll do this one next then. This was the one I grabbed first to talk about. And the only reason it's so low is I don't know anything about it. This is Viking Battle for Asgard. Published by Sega. I don't know anything about this other than it kind of looks like a third-person hack and slash title. I could totally be wrong on that. It says you are Skarin, a rage-fueled Viking warrior hellbent on revenge. The goddess of death has resurrected a legion of demon warriors to overrun mankind and begin the apocalypse. Wage all-out war to annihilate the enemy and free Earth from the grip of the underworld. So it reminds me of, like, it gives me vibes kind of like it's a hack and slash, and I love Dante's Inferno, and I love the God of War trilogy. And I usually have a high tolerance for this genre of games. So that's why I picked it up, but this was also another free pickup. This was another game that I grabbed at the end of a shopping trip. I actually got this in an hour and a half away, along with 3 other games in here. I had to take a cat to the vet. And if you know anything about me, I've got cats all over the place, and my wife fosters, and it was a foster cat that had to get x-rays done, so I had to go way outside, way further away to a special vet to get that done. And on my way back, I stopped in the game store and picked this one up. I guess I'll show you the inside here and the disc. So weird that this is like novel now, you know. But no manual for this one. Just the disc, Viking Battle for Asgard. But yeah, again, it's a game. I'm excited. I love games, whether they're crappy or great. So even though I don't know anything about it, still excited. But yes, it was a end of the shopping excursion pickup for sure. All right, where do we go from there? Where do we go from there? Again, we're working from descending excitement to most exciting. So I guess this is no better place than here. I bought Sonic the Hedgehog, aka Sonic 06, one of the worst games ever made for a lot of people. I don't know. I don't actually see this very often in my area. So I just figured there's no better time than now to get it and get it out of the way. Not that I'm going for a full set, but like, I kind of want to play this, even though I know it's pretty balls. I actually like the disc though. I like Sonic's face on the disc. It's kind of cool. Does come with the manual as well. Yeah, very bad game, very long loading times, very like cluttery, weird hub world, if I remember correctly. I don't think I've ever played it. I definitely haven't played it to completion, but it was a game that I just don't see frequently, so I picked it up. And then of course, this was like one of the first trips that I made that I grabbed this, and now I see this game everywhere. So just a kind of a little mistake there, but still nice to have in the collection. We'll see if we ever get to it. I don't know if we will or not, so we'll go from there. All right, it's getting a little harder now because we've got some good stuff in here. So I guess we'll go to this one next. No better time than now. I picked up Time Crisis 4. Now, I picked this up because I do have the Move controllers and the iToy, so I will probably play this like a light gun shooter, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the Move shooter. I don't know. So that's probably how I'll do this. Play like an arcade game, and I think that'll be kind of fun. I probably wouldn't have got it if I didn't have the Move dildos, but either way, this is one I'm excited to get into. I just got to pull out my Move controllers eventually to really get this game in its entire glory. This is also a game that comes with, well, obviously the disc. Beautiful. Love that. And a manual, and then this is the, I guess, the light gun, the GunCon 3 plug-in instructions. I might have to try to find one of those. If I get a GunCon 3 though, it's gonna have to be on eBay, and I usually don't eBay shop, but we will see. Is that the only way to play this? Yeah, it just says compatible with the GunCon 3. Well, I'll have to look into that. I thought I could just use the iToy and the Move controllers. You probably can. I think the technology behind the GunCon 3 is the same, and they make like a plastic mounting bracket thing that I could use. And I have like the PlayStation VR gun as well, that has like a Move controller built into it. I don't know if that connects though. That was made for the PS4 and Firewall 0 Hour, which was a cool game that's gone now. But if I could get that thing to work, that would be cool. I would really like that. So I'm gonna have to look into that, I suppose. I'm not real familiar, but Time Crisis, you know, shooting gallery game, arcade shooter, pretty cool. I like those games. Okay, getting down here. Well, we're not getting down here. I still have an entire fucking stack, but we're getting down. It's hard to find what I'm not so excited for, if that makes sense. So I guess we'll move to this one. Next. This is NASCAR Unleashed. This is an arcade racing game. I love arcade racing games. I've never played this one before. So I was interested. I'm not a big NASCAR guy. Don't really care about the about NASCAR as a whole, but I do love arcade racers. So of course, saw it, picked it up. Nice orange disc as well, and of course it's got the manual. This case is fucking destroyed though. I don't know if you can see that, but it's been beat up a little bit. But yeah, arcade racer. I love, dude, I can't get enough of arcade racers. I will play that for sure because I love them. I'm always playing a racing game. If you ask me at any time of my life what I'm playing, one of the games I'm playing is a racing game. Right now it's Need for Speed Heat for a second time because I love that game, and obviously Criterion got renamed Battlefield Studios, so Need for Speed is dead. So that's terrible news. What a surprise. The industry is on fire. So anyways, all right. I guess I don't know why this game made it so far into my excitement list, but we'll talk about this one next. Virtua Tennis 3. I know this is kind of an odd choice, but I think tennis games are actually quite a bit of fun. I've had a lot of fun with them in the past. They're kind of different, but you know, I don't care about tennis in real life, but the games themselves are usually a lot of fun to play. So I picked it up. I think this was a freebie also. Just another one that I threw in at the end and got it for free. And I think it's a solid get it for free pickup. So yeah, I don't know. I think this is the only tennis game I own, but I've played a lot of them in the past, so we'll definitely check this out sometime in the near future. So moving on from there, let's talk about this game here. Another game I don't know anything about, so bear with me on this. But it is Fuse. Now, this is a game made by Insomniac Games, who made Ratchet and a bunch of other, you know, really great games. They're a wonderful publisher, but I never heard about this, so I picked it up. It looks interesting. The back talks about combining weapons by alien fuse technology and things like that. So I'm curious to see how all that works. Does say 1 to 2 player local co-op. Not that I would play it that way. I believe this is an FPS. I would prefer it to be a third person shooter, and based on the back, it might be. I'm not sure. Hard to say. But we'll have to wait and see. You know, the problem I'm having, and I talked about this on the last episode of the podcast, was all FPS games, first-person shooters specifically, have worn their welcome in my life. I just think the gameplay is so repetitive, and no matter what FPS game you play, it's basically a palette swap of another FPS game that you've also played before, so they just don't work that well for me. But to add insult to injury with the PS3 console era cycle in particular, early launch title FPS games, so if you pick up games from 2006 to 2009 in particular, those games just play so unbelievably bad that it's really hard to overlook the performance issues, even though you kind of have to, right, to play the game, because that's just what we had to deal with at the time. You know, games weren't optimized for those systems yet, so they were putting out shit that just was horribly optimized, and you just got to deal with it. Even with the patches that have come out, they just run very bad. I don't know why I'm bringing that up. I just looked at this. Copyright date on this game is 2013, so this is a relatively new PS3 release. It's only 13 years old. So that one actually will probably be pretty well optimized, which increases my interest level up a couple notches. So that's definitely what I'm looking forward to getting my way into. Next up, let's cover this. Marvel vs. Capcom 3: Fate of Two Worlds. I have this pretty low on my excitement list because I don't like fighting games that much. Not a big fighting game guy. But you know, Marvel vs. Capcom is a beloved fighting game franchise, and I'm sure there's a story of some variety in here. I hope. I don't know. We'll have to play it and see, I guess. But obviously online ain't gonna work. If we open it up here, there's the disc, and of course, manual included. So very cool. Just not entirely excited as much about this one because I'm not a fighting game guy. Pretty self-explanatory. I don't own a lot of fighting games. When I want to play a fighting game, I fire up that thing right there, that Pandora's box device, and play some fighting game, like arcade fighting games. That's kind of where I live if I'm playing a fighting game. There has been some good fighting games as well, don't get me wrong. I thought MK1, most recent Mortal Kombat game, was actually a ton of fun. Had some issues. The cameo character system was retarded, in my opinion, but we'll leave that for another video. We don't need to talk about that now. All right, moving on from there, let's talk about this one. So I got Fight Night Round 4. Now, this is not the best Fight Night game in this generation. The best one is Fight Night Champion, and I've had Fight Night Champion for years. So this is just another option if I want to play a boxing game. I don't know if I would ever play this over Fight Night Champion, but I picked it up because it was there, and it's another game that, you know, I like boxing games. I like MMA games. Like, I own EA MMA. I need to actually start building the Undisputed games into my collection. I don't have any of those, the UFC Undisputed games, which I played a lot of as a kid. But that was weird. I love boxing games. These are fun. I really wish that they were still making both franchises. They were still doing UFC games and Fight Night games. I think there's a place in the market for both. It's just sad that the team that was behind Fight Night moved to EA UFC, and now they don't make Fight Night. I would love to see a revival of the Fight Night franchise. They are a ton of fun. And also a lot less complex, which I think is a positive for these games in specific. Like, the first EA UFC game was relatively modest, but now, like, EA UFC, I think 5 or 6 just came out. I'm not sure which one they're up to now, but there's so many systems in that game that it fucks with my brain. So having just a basic boxing game again would feel really good for us old farts out here trying to beat some people up without having to memorize a bunch of different mechanics and systems and things like that. Anyways, we'll see. Hopefully that comes back in the future. I need to take a drink. I'm dying over here. Dragon Fruit Mountain Dew. I got one right there too. It's actually closed. My brother was over last night and I grabbed him one and he never got to it. I haven't taken it upstairs yet because I haven't been down here all day. Okay. I need to tighten it up a little bit. We're getting down here. Now, actually, we are getting down here now. So where do we go from here? Ooh. You know what? I guess I'll do this next. This is a game I'm excited for, but I don't know anything about it. So it is the original Nier. Honestly, dude, I don't know if this game flew under the radar back in the day or what happened with this. But I know that like Moist Critical loves the original Nier, so I'm excited to play this. But I never played it as a kid and honestly never even thought about it. It's obviously Nier Automata and Replicant have done very, very well in like the modern era, but I never heard anything about the original, so I am excited to play this one. Not one that's very common around my area to find either, so when I saw it I scooped it up. This is one I definitely will get to sometime in the future. It's going to be pretty cool and I'm excited to get in there for sure. Moving on from there, again we're down here to the wire, so some of these are like at the same hype level, so just bear with me. Honestly, I think I guess I'll do this next. TMNT Mutants in Manhattan, another difficult to find game in my area, and that's kind of why I picked it up more than anything else. Very nice cel-shaded style graphics. This is obviously just, I believe, a beat 'em up. Well, maybe not actually. It's only 1-player local. 4-player online co-op, but that's dead, so interesting. I didn't know that. I thought it'd be local co-op too, but apparently it's not. No manual for this one, but that's all right. Not the end of the world. It just would be better with the manual. But I don't know anything about this game either. It's just kind of a harder game to find, so we'll see. Made by Platinum Games, though. Platinum are the kings of this style of game, so I'm sure this game rules. So I can't wait to check it out someday. Really disappointed that there's not local co-op. Just seems like a perfect game to have local co-op in. Anyways, whatever. All right. Guess we'll do these now. So this is a two-piece, a little two-piecer, back-to-backer. So I've got The Darkness and The Darkness 2. Now, it's funny because I got these, and I've been talking to a guy that's a part of our Spawn Point Network community, and I think he actually watches these videos too. His name is Cole Zicki, in the Discord, on our Spawn Point Discord, and he showed me his PS3 collection, and I was envious that he had The Darkness and The Darkness 2. And after kind of talking to him about these games a little bit, they actually popped up in my local shop, so I was able to pick them up, which was pretty damn cool. These are classic games. They're very unique. They are FPSs, but so it kind of ties back into what we were talking about when we were talking about Fuse, I guess. They run like crap on the PS3 most times, but in specific, these games were very cool. You could dual wield, you could grow like arms, and it was a very unique game. I've actually never beaten them, but either way, very cool nonetheless to have these. Plus, I love the aesthetic of these games. I'm a emo boy still in my 30s, so I just enjoy like the devil theming, demons. Obviously, you can see there on the back of Darkness 2, quad wield. Says quad wield, slash, grab, and throw with the demon arms while simultaneously firing 2 weapons. So crazy games, and it's just kind of sad we don't see like these wild games coming out anymore. But I love the aesthetic of these games, so I definitely will dive into them. And I think I've played the original Darkness. Maybe I've played Darkness 2, but I have one on PC that I've played a little bit. And it's a cool game. I just prefer to play on console, so we will have to do that. But I mean, just look at like, even down to the font. I think these games just look cool. I mean, the original one was an odd choice. You know, kind of reminds me of NBA Ballers or whatever the fuck that game's called that I have. But yeah, I'm excited to check those out for sure. Those are right up my alley. Okay, now we are getting down to the wire. We've got 7 games left, so maybe not down to the wire. But this is where it's going to get a little difficult to find based on hype. So I guess we'll start. Yeah, we'll do this one. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I love this game. This game is awesome. I'm not a big Metal Gear guy. I know that's kind of a criminal sin as a gamer to say. I've never really played through any of the Metal Gear games from front to back, except this game. Like, I love this game. This game is really cool, but this is much more my style than the original Metal Gears. This is a hack and slash game. Really cool slow-mo dismemberment system in this game as well. Awesome, awesome game. So I picked this up just because I wanted to make sure I future-proof it and I have a copy of this to play 20, 30 years from now. But yes, I love Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I wish they would have done something else with this instead of just kind of stopping here. But who knows? I doubt we'll see it actually anymore. I was gonna say let's reserve some hope, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But this game's cool. If you can find it, it's on Steam. This is worth a playthrough in the modern era without a doubt. So Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, great game. Then I guess we'll do this. I can't believe this game I'm holding on top is still in this like hype rating thing. It's ridiculous. Finally got the original Army of Two. What an absolute nightmare. I've been looking for this for like 2 years and finally got it. Like, I came across the 40th Day, which is the sequel, like right when I started collecting for PS3. But I always wanted the original because this is the one that I played. I didn't play the 40th Day as a kid. I played the OG Army of Two, and I couldn't find it forever. I just could not find it forever. But it finally popped up. Got it today. It was a part of my vet appointment trip. I had to drive an hour and a half away to find a copy, but I finally found a copy, and I'm pumped about it. Oh, I didn't even show you Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, I don't think. With the manual. Beautiful. There's Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. And in the back. Awesome game. Army of Two. Fantastic game also. I think this game probably has aged poorly though. This is probably one of those that's not going to be great to go back to. It's going to be a nostalgia. It's going to skid to a halt. You know, sometimes you play games that you loved as a kid and you go back and they just don't hold up. This is probably one of those situations, but I still love this game. I can't wait to try it again. So there's Army of Two. Really cool game. Really good co-op third-person shooter as well. It was designed as a co-op third-person shooter and is very good. Okay, we got to get rid of this because I don't know why this is still up here. This probably should have been talked about a long time ago, but Soldier of Fortune Payback. Now this is a childhood memory game for me. That's why it's so high on this list. I had it on Xbox 360, and I had a lot of memories playing this game with my buddy Tyler when we were kids. And the reason this game is, why we played it, is it was known for its incredible amount of gore. It is super gory, and that's kind of the only thing that sets the game apart from any other FPS game, is that you just spread blood everywhere. And you can dismember body parts and pop heads off, and you can literally turn people into chicken nuggets, like their torso into a chicken nugget, and saw off their limbs. It's kind of weird, but it's not a great game. I have played this because when I got it, I had to, of course, pop it in and play it. No manual. But yeah, this game runs very bad, and it's one of those in that danger period. This game came out in 2007, so it's in that 2006 to 2009 range where I've run into a lot of performance issues. This game runs like crap, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like stick it out to the end, because it's tough. It is really tough to get through, so we'll go from there. We are down to the final 4, and I just realized, I guess I'm pumped about these. I'll just hold the line, hold true. We'll go with this one first. Yeah, this is fine. Heavy Rain. I know this game isn't beloved, but I love this game, if that makes sense. I love this game. This was kind of like my first narrative game I really played, because when I was a kid, I played a lot of COD, a lot of shooters and things like that, and I wasn't really big into narrative games, but I played through this and I loved it as a kid. It was an awesome experience, and it was like the only game like in the Telltale line that I really enjoyed. I know this isn't a Telltale game, but it's kind of a similar gameplay style. But I love this. I love the journey to find the origami killer. It is awesome. It's a great game. I recommend it. I will say though, you can play this on PS5. There's a port of the original game. I think it's included in PlayStation Plus, but I went to play it and the port is busted. Like, it doesn't work. It's ridiculous. Like, the frame rate is out of sync. It's fucking it's unplayable on the PS5. So I had to get a physical copy, because I actually started it. I was going to play through Heavy Rain again, and I quickly found out that I could not get through it. So I had to repurchase it. So yes, I will play through that again sometime in the future. A very big nostalgia game for me. So I'm very excited to get into that. Next up here, 3 to go. Driver San Francisco. Now this, for one, is a great video game. It's a really good video game, but what also makes Driver San Francisco special is this is one of those tragic cases where the game has been delisted from all platforms, I believe due to the music license in this game. So it is not available for purchase anymore. So the only way you can actually get your hands on Driver San Francisco is a pre-owned physical copy, which is, if it's dangerous if you think about where modern gaming is going. When a game like Driver San Francisco gets delisted in 2029, you're never going to be able to play it. You're just screwed unless you purchased it before it got delisted. So this game is special for a number of reasons, but this is a game I highly recommend. It's a great arcade racing game. You can kind of pop out of your car and switch to other cars and things like that, and you have to do that for some of the missions. Very cool game, very unique game. And I believe this is the last game that we got in the Driver franchise, which is terribly sad. Driver's franchise went from the most impossible parking garage tutorial level in gaming history to an absolute banger in Driver San Francisco. And it's gone, unfortunately. When did this come out? 2011 copyright date. So 2011, 2012. Great game though. I played it on release and loved it. Very good game. Okay, we're down to the wire here. I guess I will save that one for last. Next up, we have Catherine. This is a game I've heard about for 10 years, 20 years, a long time. This is a reprint label, so I can't read the copyright date on this, unfortunately. But I finally picked up Catherine. You can see on the back, you can clearly tell it's a reprinted label or sun faded. It might just be sun faded to hell. Hard to say. Can't even see that back there. I think this game, oh, nope, I actually took it out. There's Catherine. Interesting game. When I bought the game, the guy at the shop was telling me this is his favorite Atlas game of all time, which is hilarious. There is some water damage on this manual, so maybe that's what's going on with the case, just water damage. It looks like water damage, actually, now that I think about it. So, water damaged, unfortunate. But I have been playing through this recently. It's a weird game, dude. It's a really weird game. It's a game that shouldn't work for me, but it does. There's just something about it. I will say, though, I had to put the game on easy. I tried to play on normal and literally got stuck during the second night, which was the most demoralizing and discouraging thing of all time. But I am terrible at puzzle games, and obviously the gameplay component in this game is all climbing this cube tower and pushing and pulling cubes to climb your way up. And I am not good at that sort of stuff. Just never have been. So I put it on easy. I've been playing it, so I know it's a little shameful, but it's also not shameful because who actually gives a shit how I play the game. But I'm having fun with it. This is definitely a game I'm hoping to finish this week to be able to talk about it on the next episode of the Spawn Point podcast in full. But what an interesting game. Definitely worth it. I recommend it. So if you see it and you're a PS3 guy, check it out. I think it was on 362. I don't think it was a PS5 or PS3 exclusive, I should say. But either way, game's really cool. I'm having fun with it. Last game on the list. Now, this is not a great game, but I honestly just thought I was never going to run into it. So when I found it, I was very excited today. So that game is, as I'm just moving my receipt to the back so y'all don't have to see that, but it is Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z. This is a very weird game. It's a hack and slash game in the Ninja Gaiden series where you play as a cyborg ninja that kills zombies. So it's very interesting. It's got a very cool art style, though, in my opinion. It was very mediocre. It was received very mixed at the time. Everybody that I've talked to kind of says, yeah, the game is okay. And I like okay, but it is like one of those games that's in my wheelhouse. Like I mentioned, it's kind of along the same lines when we were talking about Viking earlier. It's a hack and slash title. I love my hack and slash games, and I have a high tolerance for them as opposed to other people. So even though it wasn't really beloved by the community as a whole, I think I will be able to tolerate it. We have like 2 manuals in here, which is interesting. This is definitely complete in box. But we have Yaiba Ninja Gaiden here. What is this? A comic? This is actually a comic. How fucking cool is that, bro? Don't get this type of stuff in modern releases, do you? That is awesome. I did not know that was in there. That's really cool. And then I'm assuming this is the instruction manual. Yes, this is the instruction manual. Fully in color. Beautiful. Team Ninja behind this game. Obviously, they make great games, and they're kind of up in the air right now, too, in the modern era, unfortunately, after making Senua. The Hellblade games was what they were working on, and now they're I don't know if they're closed or what happened to Team Ninja right now. They're still kind of in limbo, I believe. But we'll see what happens with them. Other than that, that is it. That is my game pickup video. It's funny to do these again. I've made game pickup videos since I was like 16, 15 years old. It's a little weird doing one in 2026 as a 32-year-old man, but we're still doing it. Still making content. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. Check out the podcast channel if you wouldn't mind. Link was up there and it's in the description as well. So go over there and check it out if you want to listen to a gaming podcast. We have a good one. I think you'd like it. Don't miss out, damn it. But other than that, I'm out of here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I love you all. More content to come here on the Can't Finish YouTube channel, so stick around. We'll see you next time.